Yes, who is it?
It's Ed.
Oh, Ed. Hello, you're early. I haven't had time to change. What's happened? What's wrong?
I think it's time we had a little talk, Vanessa. About that night that you were so full of grief about losing Ross that you tried to take your own life. Isn't that the way it went? I've never seen you at a loss for words before.
Ed, I know what you're here to talk about, and before we go any further, just let me say that I was going to explain everything tonight. Really, I was. And you can check with Mike, if you care to.
How does Mike fit in this?
Well, you see, I was so upset when I saw you at the courtroom today, and I had to tell you all those half-truths that I went...
Lies, Vanessa. They were lies.
Yes. They were lies. Anyway, I didn't know who else to turn to except for Mike, and so I went right to him, and we both agreed that... you see, I told him how upset I'd been about having to hold things back from you, knowing how totally honest you are, and Mike said that it would be absolutely best for me to be totally candid with you tonight.
You've had plenty of opportunities to be totally candid with me before tonight.
Yes. Yes, I have. It's just that, well, I didn't want to lose the lovely thing that had happened between us. Anyway, you know that I've been seeing Sarah, and I don't like psychiatrists. The reasons I've been going is that I'm really trying to change my nature. I do these rash, impulsive things, and then I have to lie to cover them up.
I'm glad to hear you admit that, finally. Vanessa, I feel like a complete monumental fool every time I think about the many times we talked about what happened to you that night. Our talks about the value of life.
But I treasured those talks, really I did. Why do you think I went to see Sarah? It was because of you. I wanted you to respect me. And you know that information? Now, the information that Andy had on me, that he was going to blackmail me with, was exactly this, and I was willing to pay him $50,000 to keep him quiet.
It would have been a lot less expensive if you'd merely come to me and told me. As it is, I did hear it from Andy.
Oh. Yes. Of course he did. I should have known. He hates me. He'd do anything at all to hurt me.
I'm the one who got hurt, Vanessa. Look, maybe you're capable of understanding this, maybe not. But you see, I went through an awful lot with Rita. And I'm just not ready to go through that again. And dishonesty was at the core of most of it. I'm still reeling from that.
But there's nothing else I haven't told you. I promise you. You've got to believe me. Nothing.
Believe you, I think that's a little hard for me to accept. Wouldn't you agree that that's... Look, trust can't be rebuilt, you see, just like that. No, I think we better just cool things for a while and maybe just forget about it.
Oh, please. Please, please don't go. I'm having such a hard time with my father. If you only knew, I really can't stand it if you leave me too.
Well, that's not what I'm doing. But I can't just pick up now as if nothing had happened, you see. And I'm not ready to take a chance of being cut up into little pieces again. Not yet. I'm just not up to it, so I'm leaving now. I do hope that your talk with Mike and this little talk we've just had help you understand some things about me. And what I think is important in life.
I understand. I really do. When will I see you again?
That depends.
What does it depend on?
On what I decide after I've had a chance to think through all this. Good night.
So you certainly don't have to worry about anything else where Andy Norris is concerned, I can promise you that.
Why is it that I almost believe it when you tell it to me and I just can't convince myself?
Well, it's always better when it's from somebody else.
Only if it comes from somebody you trust.
Well, I'm glad you trust me. I'll try to live up to that when we get the divorce in court, should we get that far.
It's good enough for me. Mike, I'd really like it if you could meet my father and brothers while they're here in Springfield.
I'd like to.
You know, my father had some reservations about my taking Vanessa in as a partner. What do you think about that?
Well, from what I've seen of Vanessa, she seems to have a pretty good knack for business, which could be valuable.
Well, it certainly could. You know, it's so strange. Vanessa and I went to the same schools, took the same courses for the most part. How did we end up such opposites when it comes to understanding money and business?
I think you're opposites in more ways than just that. Well, for one thing, Vanessa was born into money, and your family didn't come into money until you were 12 years old.
How did you remember that? I don't even remember telling you that.
I've got a mind like a steel trap. No, I remember, in fact, where you told me and when. We were at the hospital cafeteria, and it was the second time I met you.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. I can tell I'm going to be very careful about what I tell you from now on. And when and where, too. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't tell me the time. I'm sorry. I know I've kept you after office hours. I'm really very grateful for your time.
No, I was just thinking. I wanted to stop by the hospital and see my daughter. But then I was just thinking maybe you'd have dinner with me.
Oh, Mark, that's very sweet of you, but you really don't have to worry about me being alone. I feel much better, really, I do.
Actually, I was being very selfish. I wasn't worried about you being alone. I was worried about me being alone.
Well, in that case, you better go have dinner.
I don't understand this. You seem to be more jubilant about all this than I am. I'm the one that's going to get the new niece, the new nephew, whatever.
Does your sister Lainey have a child in Chicago?
No, she's only been married for a few months. Why?
It was just the way you said new, like you already had an old one, like maybe it wasn't your first.
Oh, no, that's just a figure of speech.
Oh.
Ross,
Derek, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm waiting for Hillary. She volunteered to work late because Katie wasn't feeling well and took off about 6 o'clock.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I'm Carrie Todd.
Hi, I'm Derek Colby.
Hi, Derek. Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry. This is Derek Colvin. He practices law with Mike Bauer, Ed's brother.
Ah.
Carrie has just moved to Springfield to work at Spaulding Enterprises.
Oh, terrific. Well, now, what are you doing? Is Jackie about to deliver?
Yeah, well, all the signs are here, and we brought her in about an hour ago.
Gosh. Well, look, let me know when it happens, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, hi, Ross.
Hi, Ross.
Derek?
Derek.
Hi. Well, your meeting went on longer than expected, huh?
Well, meeting sort of fizzled out. We decided to turn it into dinner. I want to come by and see you.
Listen, will you two excuse me? I want to talk to Ross.
Yeah. Come here a second. Did you find anything more out about that Springfield investment company?
No, look, Mike, I've been really busy with the Andy Norris thing, so I haven't gotten at it. But I have a note on my desk to get on it first thing in the morning. I did talk to Ross, though. And, you know, he's much more relaxed now. Something more open about him. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, I would like a report on that as soon as you can. I want to tell Jennifer what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
I'd like to get it.
Trish, hi. Hi, Ross. Hi.
Mike,
Was you late? We just brought in Jackie about an hour ago. This could be it.
Oh.
She's in a room right next door to Hope.
Well, keep your fingers crossed.
Thanks.
Did you happen to notice anybody in there with Hope?
Yeah, Alan's still in there.
all right, Justin, how can you wait here all night for the baby and be at work in the morning for cardiology?
No, I'm not. I'm going to take a few days off. You see, I called Kelly. I had to cut his honeymoon short today, but I'll make it up to him somehow.
I can't believe this all has to end tomorrow.
Don't think of it that way. Think of it as a beginning. You and me for the rest of our lives. And that's what I'm here for. Wow, Lord, I love you.
I hope you always will.
Well, I don't see any signs of it slacking off at this point. How about One more swim before we call it a night?
If you're sure there's nobody around.
Well, if I wasn't sure, I wouldn't suggest it. Huh?
Okay.
I love you so much. So much it frightens me sometimes.
Would you like a little change of scenery? We'll go down to the cafeteria and have a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's a good idea. Derek, you want to come with us?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, thanks. I think I will. I'm going to leave a note for Hillary, though, at the desk.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Justin. I had told a nurse I was going to be up here waiting for Alan to leave Hope's room, so if she comes looking for me, would you tell her we're going down to the cafeteria?
Yeah, fine, but I was just going to go check on Jackie. Ross, would you,
Yeah, sure. When Alan comes out, I'll let you know.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Look, Carrie, I hate to see you sitting here waiting like this. It could be hours.
Please. Would the two of you let me proclaim once and for all that there is no place on this earth I would rather be than here with you waiting for your baby to arrive?
Well, it's just that I know you have to go to New York in the morning. Oh, which reminds me, I have to talk to my brother. Would you excuse me?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Do, please, excuse us.
I hate secrets.
Yeah, that's all right.
Listen, I think it's absolutely terrific, and I think it's a milestone in your case. I hope everything pans out exactly as you planned it.
Thank you. So do I. Yeah.
Why do you look like the cat that swallowed the canary?
I'm sorry, my lips are sealed.
I hate secrets.
Well, it's not going to be a secret for long.
There you go. Thanks. Well, what a surprise. What are you two doing here?
Well, Jackie
Joe?
is here. No news yet, but we're waiting.
Oh, I see. Well, good luck. Listen, do either of you know where I can find Alan? I brought over some papers he wanted to look over.
Yeah, Alan is with Hope.
What's the room number, do you know?
I don't know, I've forgotten, but Hope's down at the end of the corridor, and Jackie's next door to her.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Diane. I'll wait here.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Even Dr. Sedgwick's giving up on me. She left and said she'd check back sometime later.
Well, why don't you just try to relax and let nature take its course, huh?
That's what I'm doing, I think. Oh, I can't believe what I did at home just after the first contraction.
What do you mean?
Oh, Justin, I know you heard me. I almost let the truth slip out about Philip. When I said I'd never gone into natural labor before, and you caught me just before I said, with Philip.
Oh, I don't think Carrie picked up on it. And Ross knows that Philip's our son. So I don't think any harm was done.